Hey guys, now let's talk about the daily dose. What do I call the daily dose? Sometimes when we are studying a language, we have basically two different natures of approaching a language, right? You either have the serious approach, which you have a time constraint, you have your goal set, and you want to achieve that the best you can, as fast as you can, right? And then you have the one that's more informal, that is just enough so you don't lose what you got and you learn a little at a time, right? So the daily dose is the minimum for you to learn a language slowly or not to lose what you learned, right? So what do I do for my daily dose? Okay, so for my daily dose, I'm talking about like 5, 10, 15 minutes of study of studying a language. You can do that with Duolingo. You can do that with Memorize. You can do flashcards. Sometimes just talk to yourself or a little conversation here and there. You can use Hello Talk, but it is at those 5, 10, 15 minutes, you are at that language only. You're really thinking about that language. You're looking for words. You're writing things. And why so little? Because sometimes we are studying more languages than you have time for. So for example, like this is my list of languages, right? So as you can see, I have 11 languages. Okay, so if I try to sit down and put an hour of language study for each languages, I'm talking about half of the day. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen, right? Because I have my full time job, I have my family, and I have my duties every day, right? Like I go to work, I do the things that I do at work. I come home. Um, my wife deserves time because she was taking care of the house and the kids the whole day, so she deserves attention. I have my kids; they deserve my attention as their father. You know, like I don't want to be that figure that is the one that brings money to the house and is never seen, is never there. It's like that's stupid, right? So I have to be present as a father. I have to be present as a husband. I have to focus on my work when I'm at work, right? Like you focus at the task at hand and you get that done. But there are times in between. For example, as I'm driving to work, it takes about 20-25 minutes for me to get there. For those 20 minutes that I'm driving, I can be listening to something. It could be a song on a different language. It could be audio files. It could be a dialogue. It could be anything, right? So 20 minutes in, 20 minutes out. So sorry, 20 minutes going, 20 minutes coming back. That's 40 minutes, right? And then if I'm waiting for something or I have downtime, I'm not doing anything at that point, or we're waiting for something, I have to go, I don't know, run some errands and in line for something, I have more time. If I'm at lunch, I can watch something like pull out a YouTube video, a 5 minutes long YouTube video in a different language and watch as you're eating or something like that, you know. I come home, if my kids are taking a shower, my wife is taking a shower, or like they are away doing something and I have 5 minutes, just pull out my phone and play with some flashcards and study the words like that, or Duolingo, or sometimes I sit with my daughter and help her study Portuguese or French, or help my son with his homework for English from his school and Portuguese. Um, all those things just add up, right? Of course, I don't count English and Portuguese as language for me, right? But if I'm helping my daughter with French, I'm putting French to action, right? If I'm going to watch a movie with my wife, nothing keeps me from putting the subtitles in a different language. Like the other day, we were watching a movie in English. Everybody understands English. I put the subtitles in French, so my daughter and I can get words here and there. So those little times, those little intervals that you have are very useful. and that will help you to establish that daily dose of a foreign language. You know, so if you're studying two, three, four languages at the same time, you can focus on one and have daily doses for the other ones to just keep on moving, keep the engine flowing well. Not rusted. Take the spider webs out. You're always primed. You'd be surprised how much you can remember at the end of a week, or like words that you studied the other day. They are fresh in your mind, and you keep on reviving them or reusing them. Especially with apps like Duolingo and Memrise, they are spaced repetition, so they will remind you of words that are becoming stale. Transparent language uses this term stale words. Are words that you studied some time ago, and it's been a while since the last time you saw them, so they let you know the words that you need to go back and review them, and that's very useful because you know the learning curve, right, for memorization. You remember everything for a certain period of time, and then your memory starts to go down. If you remember, you go up and start to go down again, and it keeps on doing that until finally becomes a long-term memory, because the short-term memory is not going to keep it for long, of course. So you need to make sure that this graph keeps on going up, right? Don't let it just go down. That's the purpose of the spaced repetition and what I call the daily dose, right? So get a daily dose of any language, just keep on pumping, right? You can implement in any way you want. I'm not gonna go into specific details of different techniques because you can find that anywhere, right? And there, I made a bunch of videos of apps and things that you can do. So basically, this video is about the nature of the daily dose. The daily dose is a little bit, a little measure of a foreign language, just enough for you to not get rusted and to keep your brain like using that language somehow. Sometimes it's one new word that you use, a new expression, or something that you heard. You're gonna remember when you need. Okay, so this is it. Use as you wish, and let me know if you like it, and if you're gonna apply that, or if you applied, what result you got. Just talk to me. Okay, and I'll see you guys next time.